let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to be talking about is, what's happening. This reality, when 2020 hit, fantastic changes came about, why that is, and then we're going to go even deeper this time around. So a lot of new people. So I'm going to explain who I am, what I do. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Just notice where you are. Notice the space around you. Notice you. This is more than just, say, a talk or an energy update. It's not a conscious effort, literally. It's about what I do is literally about what I talk about. You're going to start feeling. Okay, you're going to start changing from the inside out. Okay, anything that you learn or experience in life, it's always from the outside in. Okay? Xponential intelligence, the body of knowledge that I've tapped into after my second near-death experience. I'm not going to get into the second near-death experience. It's a lot of stuff on YouTube and on my webpage if you want to know. But exponential intelligence, again, the body of knowledge that I tap into. So it transcends this consciousness. I'm going to draw it out for you on how layers of consciousness or layers of truth in this case work for you so you can understand it. So the knowledge that I talk about, the solutions that I talk about, the way I help you reprogram yourself that I talk about does not come from this realm. It does not come, say, from this matrix, if you want to call it a matrix. It doesn't come from this matrix. That's why it always works. It's consistent. It's duplicatable. It goes beyond science, and eventually science can catch up with what I do. But until then, okay, there's enough proof out there. There's enough people who have, say, changed their lives dramatically to validate this. Hundreds of thousands of people around the globe. So it's interesting. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Okay? And I want to start with layers of truth. Okay. Layers of truth, or how truth works. Okay? Because as this coronavirus comes through, okay, or as the fires came through in Australia, or anything else, right? You might think, well, there's conspiracy theories. There's conspiracy theories. Who's right? Who's wrong? What's happening? So what happens is that we spend a lot of energy trying to figure out if it's real, if it's not real. Okay? XI says that it doesn't matter. It does not matter what happens to you. So the key is, and I'm going to be drawing it out on, say, the layers of truth. It doesn't really matter what happens to you. Okay? It doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. Okay? What happens is the consciousness above it. What is causing, say, the issues that we have here today? You might think, well, it's bad government, it's control, people aren't taking responsibility, they've gotten too lazy. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's just a reflection of who we are at a higher level. And I'll explain the details, because right now it's like, whoa, it's really confusing, and it's confusing, and I might say it in a confusing way, but then it's pushing your boundaries on how you, say, understand this reality. Again, if you come from a higher consciousness, a different consciousness, you would see this reality from a different perspective, right? Say that you're in kindergarten, for example. You're a little girl. I've got a lot of kids, two of them still young, playing with dolls. Their head, the little girl, they're playing with dolls, the head pops off, right? So in that reality, right, the world is over for my little kid. She's crying. But then as an adult, it's like, you just snap the head back on, and it's like, it's all good again. That makes sense to you, right? So what's the difference in realities? So it's the same thing with how I see this reality. And many of you who have practiced XI, you're starting to see the same thing as well. There's people who are in terror, they're in havoc, they're all over the place, and you're going, hey, what's the big deal? That makes sense to you. Again, the new people, it's like, well, what is it? It is a big deal. It's this and that. Who's right? Who's wrong? Where do I go? Which direction do I turn to? The people who are in XI mode, they're going, well, I know what's going on. Obviously I do the intelligent things to keep safe, to do whatever that I need to do. Again, intelligent things keep safe, to do whatever that you need to do to stay safe, stay secure. But then you're not all over the place. You're consistent. You're taking advantage. You're taking opportunity of this reality. It's this thing has never happened in thousands of years, where, say, the whole world basically is shut down. Okay, and I'll tell you why that happens. Again, is it the government system? Sure. Is it political system? Sure. Is it anything else? Yes, of course it is. It's all those things, because all those things are true. And I'll tell you why they're all true. And then I'll help you, say, elevate to a higher understanding and see why those things are true. Okay, so we're going to be talking about like layers of truth. In this session, again, we're going to be talking about how truth works, what truth is, and then how you can use it in this reality to catapult yourself to a higher level. Okay? And then about, say, the 21 days, what the 21 days is about, talk about that, especially the human reset coming up for you, which is a fantastic time to reset all aspects of your life, especially with what's going on for you. Okay? So, layers of truth. So we have layers of truth. Okay? So Neil deGrasse Tyson says there's 3 layers of truth. There's actually 5 layers of truth. We're going to just be talking about 3 layers here. This is, say, the top level truth. Then you have, there we go. Again, we're just going to talk about 3 layers of truth. There's a layer in here, a split layer here, and then there's a split layer here. So there's more layers of truth, but we don't have to get into that much detail. Okay? And this is what's happening to the consciousness of the world, by the way. It's not just about the coronavirus. It's about every aspect of say, what happens. So at this level, right here, this is the physical level. If you can imagine 3 layers of truth, 3 lines, the bottom line for you, or the pyramid, because it is a pyramid for you. It's a pyramid shape. Imagine a pyramid split into 3. The base is the physical reality. Simple as that. Okay? So you have the 3 layers of truth. So what does it matter? So at this level, at the physical level, say you have your personal truth. Okay? Your belief systems, your ideas, your concepts on how, relationships work, society works, how being a good person works, how God works, religious beliefs, spiritual beliefs, atheism, whatever it is, government systems, they all have their physical truth. There's a personal truth. And the reason why it's your personal truth, because there are so many ways, there are so many views out there that you can take a look at that, well, there's so many views out there, right? Nobody is really right, but nobody is really wrong, because every situation, for example, a belief system or religious belief system or anything else, it might work for some people half the time. Yeah. So, and then it doesn't work for most people, right? Or, some implementation on, say, finances, through government, whatever, or the banking system or the financing system. It works for a lot of people, but then it doesn't work for a lot more individuals. That makes sense to you. So that's why it's like a personal truth to you. And then personal truth always, and it does merge in between, but personal is like how you see your life, how you see your identity, how you see this reality. Okay? That's all mixed into the personal truth. So it's your belief system on how this reality works. Let's just put it that way. Okay? And that's why there's so many different views. So with that, I just want to share a study with you to give you an idea on how we see different realities, or how we see this reality differently. Right? Because you see this reality, everybody sees it from a very different perspective. Okay? And I'll give you a psychology study. Back in the day, psychology, they took a crime scene. It was a video of a crime scene, so it's identical over and over and over again. It's a replay. Right? So it's the same crime scene. They showed it to 10 different people. There was 10 different crime scenes. There was 10 different crimes that happened that day, although it's only one crime. So there was 10 different scenarios of what happened that day, right? Although it's the exact same crime. So why are there 10 different ways of seeing it? Was somebody lying? Of course not. They're not lying. That's the deal. They see the filter and they think it's this reality. Okay? Even people who say analyze it, look at it within a group setting, It doesn't have to be individually. They would see very different things. It's been proven and proven, not just this study, but over and over and over again. So, for example, in that situation, say that you're prejudiced this against, a person that was green. Okay? You would see the criminal as green. Simple as that. Okay? Because you have that prejudice. Or if somebody committed a crime against you, it's like the number one question people ask is like, was that person green? If you are prejudiced against green. So that, sadly, it happens like that. So all those filters are happening for you. So if you are, a conspiracy theorist, right, way off the edge, you would see, everything as a conspiracy theory. If you are on the flip side of that, on the extreme side of that, you would see everything as, well, the government does X, Y, and Z because they care for their people, they know what they're doing, they're honest, and all those things. And then, obviously, people, most of us are in between there, but I'm just giving you the extremes. So why does that happen if it's to say the single event that's happening? So with this coronavirus, right, some people say, well, it's a government conspiracy. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not going to really get into it. On here, I'm not here to say. It was started in a lab. It was to control people. It was to kill off people. It was because of what I believe in. It's not even about the virus. It's literally about the financing system. And then they're trying to flip it on, say the virus, just the way they did say 9/11. If that makes sense to you, is an excuse to, again, create another, say, financial boom, or an excuse to borrow more money, and give it to, the big banks and, the big elites that are up there, right? So all those details are there. So who's right, who's wrong? The point is here, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, okay? The point is that we're all affected by it. Look, we're all, buckled down, we're all on lockdown, right? It's affecting our lives. That's what matters. Let me give you another example. And I shared this with, I did a mass meditation, meta healing. But say somebody is going to steal money from all of us. Okay? And this is just an example. It's not real or anything like that. But just to give you an idea. Somebody stealing money from us. Okay? So there's a group that says, hey, this person is going to steal money from us. And then there's another group that says, no, this person is not going to steal money from us. He's honest, they've done a lot of good work, they've done whatever, he's okay. And then he steals money from us. So whether you're right or wrong, the point is that the money was stolen. It doesn't matter. It affects you, right? That's the key, how it affects you. Most individuals are stuck, with the news media and everything else where, they don't understand or they don't get the bigger picture. The key is that it affects you. Who cares if they're right or wrong? It doesn't matter. It still affects you. To go even deeper than that, okay? Let's go back to, say, the atom bomb with Hitler. So when Hitler came out, the Allies, they were thinking about they have to get the atom bomb, the development of the atom bomb, the science on how the atom bomb works before Hitler does. Because if Hitler did it, we'd be all under, Hitler's command and so on like that. So what we did is what we, the Allies, or not we, but the Allies, say dropped the bomb instead of Hitler. If that makes sense to you. The consciousness didn't care. It didn't care. The point is like destroying the humankind here. It didn't matter who dropped the bomb. Most people going, well, thank God it wasn't Hitler, but then did it matter? A ton of people died, right? In Japan, when they dropped the bomb there, there's no connection, but again, the advent of the atom bomb. The key is that all this destruction that is happening, it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. at this level, right here where everybody exists, and this would be, say, the 1% of who you are. This is the 1% of your existence here. This is the 1%, say, that government systems, most people, even you at an individual level, is worried about, right? I need money. I need my physical health. I need good relationships. I need a place to stay. I need security. All those things are needed to sustain here, right? And that's where the say hamster wheel comes about, right? You're always preoccupied to sustaining yourself at this physical level. Most people go, well, I need all those things to be safe and secure before I go to my higher consciousness, or before I get complete, or before, I go inwards and study myself. That's the problem. You never feel complete. You're going to be 97%, 98% of the people retire, they die broke. It's about 99%, actually, to be more accurate. Again, who cares? 97% die broke, right? They need help, they need support, they're ill. So they never got a chance to go, well, I'm good now, I'm going to go find more about myself. What's furthermore is that the reality that they have at this physical level wasn't sustainable. It was never beneficial. It was never that grand, right? Their relationship issues, health issues, all those things were still a problem. So they were on this hamster wheel, always trying to fix, always trying to resolve. So extrapolate that into the cities, the countries, the world now, right? What's happening now is that, well, the governments, the political systems, the elites who control this world, who think that they know what's going on, they don't. That's why we're on a hamster wheel. This is the first time we've had, say, a virus, and this is the first time that a virus has killed a lot more than the coronavirus. So why so much attention or distractions, I would call it. So those elites might think, well, for whatever reason, we're going to take advantage of this, for example, and do some financing or whatever, to cover up some finance flaws or whatever that we're going to do. But there's a bigger reason even for that. So even the conspiracy theories wouldn't really know the underlying reason. And I'll tell you why. So conspiracy theorists and then government systems and whoever else, they only have this part of the puzzle right here. They can't go beyond that. Okay? And then even, well, you might think, science, right? Science is more accurate, but then is it really?